Now who can tell me I'm wrong for how I'm getting this paper? Life is hell when you ain't getting mail and ain't nobody gon' save us. So I can really give a damn if you think that I'm wrong or right. I'm a hustle all day, I'm a hustle all night.
Hello, and welcome to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach, y'all. You heard the theme music. It's the coffee break, sports edition. Hey, we're doing another late night. We had one last night because my main man, Kevin, aka the One-Eyed Scout, is out. Was out and about in the Dallas area. And so we're just going to do a little quick uh, wrap up of his weekend. And there he is, just fresh off the road. Matter of fact, you pretty much say that, huh, Kevin?
Mm. Yeah, we got in about 30 minutes ago. But
Okay,
man, there's a couple of things I want to get off my chest real quick.
go ahead,
Um,
talk to me.
you know, well, so we set up the schedule for this weekend. We went to Adidas Gold, and then we also went to the circuit, which gave us an opportunity to watch, I guess, 8, 9 different programs from San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
5 or 6, but different levels. And one thing we talk about development a lot, training and development, and I'm very particular about offensive sets, setting screens, and how the big man or the guard reacts off of that. And hands down, behind the scenes with Tony Crocker's over that organization. And I watched them play. One of my favorite guys, Max Doctor, was on that team, and but man, the whole team from first man to eighth man set proper screens and cut off of those screens properly, and it was a joy to watch. And it was a physical game. But I just wanted to get that shout out for behind the scenes. I really enjoyed that. And then
That's
you
good, man.
know
That's good, man. That's
talk about
that's a good thing there.
yeah, and we talk about on ball pressure. We talk about picking up 94 feet. We talk about all these different types of defensive statements. And so this weekend, I really I paid attention to one of my favorite defensive guards, Red Crittenden, and kind of flashback to some of what I saw from Joshua Rice, uh, the steel point guard,
Oh, okay.
and went back and looked at some of the film from that. And those two are monsters on defense with ball pressure. And some people are going to say that they're too physical. They are physical guards, and the next level is going to be physical. And watching this weekend, you could kind of see the different levels of play, the different levels of talent. And so then I started thinking, well, what separates Red and Josh Rice from other guards? And to be honest with you, Vance, I think it's 6 to 12 inches. I think um, when a guard and the coach is telling them, to push up to get more ball pressure, um, they're about, I would say, a foot off of that guard. And so whenever they close up, they're still about 6 inches more distance from where Red and and getting. But both of them have long arms, physical guards. But the biggest thing, their feet. They trust their feet to get their
Mm-hmm.
chest where it needs to be. And so, because of that trust, they don't fear. You remember we talked with J1 Roberts and Calvin Sampson and at the Final Four, and they talked about not being afraid of failure.
Right.
And I think for those two guys, they've had enough success that they feel like they can clip everybody. But I also think I know they'll get beat once or twice in a game, but they're going to win their matchups more than they're going to lose. So
Well.
I think that. Uh, mhm.
No. I was just gonna say, as long as they didn't get beat in at the wrong time, you can stop them 7 straight
That's
times,
true.
but it might be in that fourth quarter with 2 seconds on
Mhm.
the clock, and number 8 comes. Oh no, and it don't happen. So, but no, man, I see what you're saying,
Well,
man, and this what I do want to ask you real quick, Kevin, about
mhm.
there were a lot of you were telling me a lot of players um, there from San Antonio area. Do you think the
Mhm.
numbers that were there is it going to help the improvement, the evolving of San Antonio basketball to taking a another step, whatever step that may be, another step from where they're at
Yeah.
now?
Well, I think. Let's see. I know Trey Clark played with Young Game Changers, which is a Dallas-based team, um, and he had a great weekend. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think what we're going to see is multiple players. Trey Clark, Mason Thomas is another one who had a great weekend, by the way. Joshua Rice with second to none. They're on the Adidas 3SB circuit. But by doing that, they're going to get more exposure. Hopefully, bringing some of that back to San Antonio.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think you necessarily have to uh, play on that on a Dallas or a Houston-based team, but I'm seeing a bigger trend. Let's go through the 27s. You
Mm-hmm.
got Will Franklin playing with Jamal Shiddley out in the Austin Marion, area. You got Alex Elliott doing the same thing. Elijah Hubbard. Um, then you got Mason Thomas for 3D Empire. Um, Trey, we talked about. Oh, Amani Francis um, with Houston Hoops on the EYBL circuit. Um, we call him Mac. His first name is McKinley. I just call him Mac so much I don't know what his last name is, but he's the young sophomore from Buda Johnson. And
Okay.
so like for him, he's the same player that he was with Buda Johnson, but their team had a terrible season. So he's actually getting to put his talents on display over the summer with Houston Hoops. Um,
Nice.
so I but then you go back and we talk about behind the scenes. They're on a New Balance 32 circuit. Um, that's a collective group of San Antonio kids that are, I like the way they're playing. I like the attention to detail that I saw this weekend. Now, granted, it's a one game sample size. So we'll see how that unfolds and develops.
Right. Right.
But, um, you know, SA Future You know, their 17s. Um, you had Talon. You had Donovan Chris. You know, Isaiah Ward will be playing soon. Um, you had
How's that?
Latrell Hoop.
How's the injury coming? You know anything about it?
Yeah, he'll be ready soon,
Okay.
sooner than later. Um,
I hope so. He's tough.
yeah, he's a tough dude. Uh, you know, and I got to see some of Brennan's younger players. We saw Jacob Padilla this weekend.
Okay.
Um, that one stuck out. Um, then we saw Jamari Bowen over from Judson. He
Okay.
plays on his grade level. You know, so I mean, it was good to see everyone from San Antonio competing that compete at a high level.
Okay.
You know, there's levels to this, and so we'll take that into account. But guys play well. I'm gonna talk about Mason Thomas. You know, Mason is listed as a power forward. That's what he plays in high school. I would liken him to be more of a small forward, uh, pushing. If he gets his athleticism up a little bit more quicker, now he can jump out the gym. I'm not taking that away from him, but a little bit quicker, I could see him sliding into a two guard.
Okay.
Um, but he, in the first half, the game I watched, he had 12 points, 2 for 2 from 3 point line, 6 rebounds, several stops on defense. Like he's going to be a defensive rebounder type player with the ability to score. And I think that was a good move for him. Gave him a fresh start in a different system because you look at, and I think that people have to go look at development over the team in a sense. So Mason looked at the group of SA Future, in my opinion. Okay, I can't really speak to that, but to this, but you look around and he's getting to play the position that he'll play more of in college and getting a chance to showcase himself in that position where it might have been or it would have been uh, 2 or 3 people sharing that position or that role. And that's why I think that was a good move for him. Um, it was good to see. I know Zachariah Linson and Latrell were playing. I know Zach was in the All Star game tonight, seniors. But you know, when we're talking about who these guys are competing against, you know, this weekend um, up at the circuit, we got to see Austin Gooseby, who is the number one small forward in the state and ranked fourth overall. You got to see Dakari Spears, second ranked small forward, fifth overall. Billy White, the number one power forward, ranked seventh overall. You know, and so those guys are there. And then we start adding in the San Antonio flavor. Donnie Chris is the seventh ranked shooting guard, 27th overall. Mason Thomas, the eighth rated power forward, which I've already said my piece about that, but he's 33rd overall. You know, so it's it's nice to see those guys in the same building competing with those because the only way you're going to get ranked higher is to compete well, overpower some of those guys that are ranked higher than you. And you know, so it was good to see, man. The game is very physical, uh, and when you have, I would say, some parents frustrated with officiating. Some of it is because these are, in some cases, collegiate refs that are used to a more powerful game, or they're trying. or the game is officiated in that way. Now, there's some crackhead calls. I'll give you that, but um, everyone's going to make mistakes. If any player played a perfect game or every coach coached a perfect game, then they have an argument, you know. But I just looked down at my notes, and another young man that stood out uh, this weekend was Alex Elliott out of Alamo Heights. 6'5", 6'6", plays the wing. Um, but man, it was really nice to see because I saw him play in the 2020. I mean, in last summer, beginning of last summer, in that next gen, and he was one of the guys we featured then. And to watch him over the school year, um, you know, they he was in a system. He was a senior led team. They had four seniors starting. He was the fifth starter as a junior, so he didn't really get to show everything. But man, he showed some stuff. Vance Sucker chased down a layup, pinned it to the glass, brought it down, turned around, ran back coast to coast, and laid it off the glass in a contested layup. But man, that group that Jamal Shed has, with Jamal Shed Elite, man, they got a group that 17s. They got a kid out of Harker Heights, uh, Blunt, um, 6'6", 6'7". They got a kid out of IMG that came over. Uh, he's 6'6", 6'7". You got Hubs over there, 6'6", 6'7". You got Elliott, 6'5", 6'6". And then you got point guard. You got Red. You got Jaden Arsenault from Clemens. A young man. So I enjoyed watching them. And then right in our own backyard, another Adidas team we have is Progress Only. And, what's interesting is they had a young man, or have a young man, Sam Medina, a little 6'1" guy, come out of nowhere. And he had two games of 20 piece, 20 in one game, 22 in another. I think he had 14. I missed the last game. But man, that joker can shoot the ball. And they got Judah Gordon playing with them. He was at Quality Academy Prep, 6'4", and can do a lot of things. I know he showed up over at Quality Academy Prep, lanky, and now he's got a college body and a college game to go with it. Let's see. You know what, man? I just found out while I was down there. There's just finished up his 8th grade year, and so he'll be enrolling into high school. And it's a name that we need to follow up on. I'll shout out, man, London Jackson. I've heard from 3 different people that he's probably the top 8th grader. So now he'll be going in as a top 9th grader, class of 29. So it was nice to go ahead and put that name down. So we have like 5 or 6 guys that we're looking at rolling in that 29 class, that have the potential. You got people talking about them, I guess you'd say. We talked about Imani. It was nice, man. We got to visit with Ducky down there. Remember Ducky from Dallas? And you on mute, man. But he was good, man. He's built himself.
My bad. I was saying you caught up with Ducky, huh?
Yeah, man. He's built himself a team of videographers, man.
Okay.
He's branched out to. He does 7-on-7. He wants to do girl sports as well. So we talked and we're gonna have him come on here pretty soon. We're gonna collaborate on some things, and you know, back to the weekend. There were teams from Louisiana. There was teams from Utah. There was teams from all over at the Adidas piece
Huh?
and at the circuit. And I gotta say, man, the circuit it was a nice event. It was well run. Same with the Adidas, but it's my first time at a circuit event. People were real nice. I did learn a lesson though.
What's that?
Was that just because they call it the Duncanville Fieldhouse, it is not associated with the high school. Fieldhouse is the name of the facility, and that was pretty cool. Well organized, and also, you know, next weekend is Easter, so we're gonna won't be having any tournaments this coming up weekend. We'll have some time with the family, and then we'll see about the following weekend. I know there's a first week of EYBL is that week with Nike. I'm assuming it's the same with the other circuits.
Hmm.
I know Puma 16 was up in Kansas City this weekend. Drinking out of my Smoky Mo's cup.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. I went to Smoky Mo's the other day, man, and I picked up something for my mom, man. We had them ribs.
Hmm.
I already had the baked potato in the chop, so
Yeah.
I salute the Smoky Mo's. I got to give it up, you know. And I'm particular about my barbecue, but they had some nice juicy ribs, man. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are good.
yeah,
Uh,
on our side of town, so it's a good thing.
yeah. Well, man, Vance, that's about it covers my notes. But man, we were able to add three or four names that we hadn't really discussed before. Two of them pop off as Sammy Medina,
Okay,
progress only, and London Jackson, the eighth grader, or now the class of 29 that I'm on the hunt to find now.
okay.
So,
Let me get up here with you. Well, Kevin, man, once again, it was a great weekend, man. You put that time in. You like we had, like our thing, hustle all day and you hustling all night, making it
yeah,
happen, man. I mean, literally, and I'm glad, safe travels. You're home, and and so we're gonna keep pushing forward. And man, don't forget Wednesday nights. What's happening Wednesday nights, Kevin?
that's the live show, 7 p.m. Woo woo.
I mean, man, we have so much content that we like to share with you guys. So,
Yeah,
well, Kevin, I know he got his vault of prestigious uh, cats, man. But yeah, he got some great interviews, man. So anyway,
yeah, we're gonna start leaking some of that stuff out, man.
we're gonna leak.
Great.
It's gonna be a leak. We got a moment. No, but no, man, this has been great. Especially covering. I'm really excited for the summer. The summer
Mhm.
programs and things, and we will be able to cover, and then it's going to lead into the next year, next season, hoop
Yeah.
season, and we looking forward to that, man. And so, hey, it was good. That led to the Final Four, and hopefully, Indianapolis. We're gonna work it. We're working toward Indianapolis.
Yes, yes. Build our body of work to get there.
Yeah. We're gonna put it in. We're gonna put it in. Okay. Well, Kevin, man, we're gonna get on out of here. It's what time? It's about 11:25. It's not even midnight yet, but we're gonna keep hustling. I know you are. You probably gonna look at some content, put together a tweet here, a tweet
You
there.
know, you know how we roll.
All right, my man.
All
Appreciate
right.
the love. All right, Kevin. Peace out. Let's see what I can do here so get us on the way out.
Said I was just wish like I would have you guys sooner. You know what I mean? Like especially like through my development stage, like, freshman all the way to senior year. I just wish I would have been on that side of town maybe and then got to connect with you guys. I definitely felt like